welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Thursday, November 10th, 2016. Just going to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Thank you for your patience with that, as always. And oh, what a week. It's the Thursday after the election day, Tuesday. Donald Trump was determined to be the winner, and the markets have liked that news so far. Who would have guessed? Anyway, I wish him well in the months and years ahead, I should say, because there are going to be lots of challenges ahead, and I sure hope he can navigate them well. So with that, let's get into our video for today. Regular viewers well know we always start with a look at the Russell Index, and for that we use the ETF IWM, which represents the Russell 2000, and we step back to take a look at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. We were paying particular attention to this blue channel that the Russell traded within through all of 2014, and then had this little lift up and out in early 15, hit this upper shaded blue line, and then price sold off pretty substantially. And then we had strength come back into the market, bringing us right back up to this area here. So in the month of September, we were saying this might offer some resistance, and sure enough it did. Price backed away. Here's the candle for September, October, and November so far. We have this black line drawn. You'll be able to see it better on the smaller time frame as an area, sort of a wedge pattern, saying that the Russell was going to have to break through this wedge to make a run at this new high. So sure enough, so far it is trying to do that. Worth noting though, we are coming into the upper ranges of the candle for the month of October, which was a red bearish candle. So it's November 10th. We need to see price strength continue for the month. Otherwise, if price starts to reverse, it may start to look like it wants to complement this red candle for October and go lower. Having said that, it's got a very bullish orientation so far, but we just want to be aware of that reference from the prior month's candle. I'm going to move it away from the 5-year monthly to the 2-year weekly so we can better see how price is behaving and take a look at our wedge. So there's our black wedge. We were saying price was going to have to, on the Russell, was going to have to get through it to make a run up to new highs. It's making a valiant effort so far, that is for sure. That's the 2-year chart. Let's take a look at it on the 9-month daily. There's the same blue line, channel line, that we had drawn in from 2014, and it bounced right off it. I marked the gap with an orange box. We talked about that on Tuesday, the gap up in price. Gaps normally get filled, not always, but we want to be aware of that gap. And here was the price action yesterday. I'm filming this at about 9:15 on Thursday morning. The futures are in the green, so we'll start off in the upper ranges. So that's the look on the Russell. At Chart of the Day Cafe, when price on the Russell is up and over this blue line, which is the 8-day EMA, we deem the markets to be in an uptrend and showing strength, which they are. So we will be putting a new chart forward. And I think the chart today most people will recognize, WHR Whirlpool. Let me tell you a little bit more about this company before we get into the chart. Whirlpool Corporation was incorporated in 1955. It manufactures products in 12 countries under 13 different brand names. We're all pretty familiar with their washing machines and appliances. At Chart of the Day Cafe, it's all about finding charts with value. I've circled value first, and Whirlpool has a nice high value score. It also has a growth score I'm looking for with a forecasted earnings growth rate of 16%, so that's the second thing I look for. The third thing and final thing is not a must. It's a nice thing to have, but it's not a must for me, but this particular chart has it, and that is a dividend yield. Whirlpool currently has a dividend yield of 2.49%. And for those of you that are PE people, the PE ratio on it is 10.12. So those are the things that we look for in the chart fundamentally. And now let's get into the chart itself. So I'm going to move it back to the 5-year monthly, what I want you to note is that it's in an uptrend on the monthly chart, 5-year monthly, so this is trending higher. It's sitting at this area that may offer support. I've got it drawn in as my orange line. You can see that it was resistance over here through 2014 and then we broke through. So it would make sense to me that it may offer support over here. We will see. So let's get into this area that we're in right here, right now. Let's move it away from the 5-year monthly to the 2-year weekly. So we can see that we had that doji last week and price strength coming in. We're starting to get a move through the 8-day EMA on the weekly chart. So this is the area that we're interested in currently. Let me move it away from the 2-year weekly to the 6-month daily. We have, I'm going to put my 3 and 8 cross there. Everyone has their own way of doing things, and I'm not making any recommendations whatsoever. But 3 and 8 cross, those moving averages crossing, is an interesting area. So it may come in a little bit, but as long as it doesn't violate this area here, it looks like one that might be interesting for a watch list. The other thing, you know, for these videos, I like to tee up a few other things for you. What we been looking at lately is seasonality, and this, I love this website, equityclock.com. They will, if you plug in a symbol, they'll give you the seasonal tendencies for that underlying, and this is the one for Whirlpool. You can see that it comes into seasonal strength right about now, this time of year, so we've got that in our favor. And the dividend yield, which is always a good thing in an uptrending market. So let's go back. We've been doing this exercise lately. I really like it. Check the boxes for Whirlpool. As part of our trading plan, we've got the overall market in an uptrend with price, the 8-day EMA. Price is up and over the 8-day EMA on the Russell. The sector itself, that's right, I put that chart aside. So this is the home appliances sector. We're looking at the 5-year monthly. Just like Whirlpool, it's in an overall uptrend, and it's having a bullish candle for the month so far. So we will see, but we want to note that the sector that it's in is in an uptrend on the 5-year monthly chart. We've looked at the chart for Whirlpool. We like the 5-year and the 2-year. It's got a good value score. It's got a great forecasted growth rate of 16%, dividend yield of 2.49%. It already has the 3 and 8 cross, and it has seasonality in its favor. So all good things. So with that, I will leave you for today. It'll be an interesting rest of the week, and next week for sure, as Donald Trump moves into introducing who might be part of his inner circle. So there's lots of cool things to keep an eye on. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Tuesday.